This is a blue-gray squash that I grew this year. I grew only 2 of them this year because the hail got us 3 times, so I was lucky to get any kind of production whatsoever. And it's a lot smaller than the average one, would be about twice its size, but an excellent product to grow on a good year as far as that goes, and a cash crop, if you will. And when you grow them and they start vining out and start fruiting, as soon as they're small, get a board under them. If they touch soil, they have more susceptibility to getting a disease and having a rot and not growing. So, with that said, once they've grown up and you fight the bugs in whatever way you wish, whether organically as I do or pesticides to keep the bugs away from your crops, once they're up there to a full size though, and you're ready to harvest, or you're forced to harvest as I was last night because it froze, you cut and leave a stem on it, a nice stem on it, and when you pick it up, be careful with it and don't grab it by the stem. So many people want to grab it by the stem, and that's a mistake. That's a mistake you don't want to do. Leave that stem on. And because if there's no stem, again, there's an area more susceptible to getting rot within your given pumpkin. As soon as you've harvested your pumpkin, you bring it in the house, give it a good bath, wash it off, dry it off, and then set it in the sun and just let it cook in the sun for a week, if you can, whatever sunny area you have within your home. And once that's done, carefully and padding not to break your stem, turn it over and let the sun cook on this side for another week. This hardens your squash pumpkin. It'll harden it, and it also puts flavor within your squash or pumpkin. Absolutely. So that's a great tip to understand and know. Once you've accomplished that, then you take some olive oil, just a simple cheap olive oil, put a little bit on a paper towel, and then you'll rub all that around your squash or pumpkin. That puts an extra seal on it. Then you take and you can put it and store it away on some kind of shelving if you wish, but not directly on wood if you can. If at all possible, a screen underneath it with paper towels, getting it off, letting more circulation get around it. It'll last longer that way and through the winter. And most people, if they don't take care of them, they're lucky to get a month, maybe 2 months out of it. If you take care of it, you can go on out to the 3, 4, I've heard of even 5 months with a squash before they have to utilize it, or it starts to go bad and then you want to use it right away. So this would get you deep into the winter, food in the winter on a day after event, or for enjoyment on this side of the day after. Squash. And whether you use that or my acorn squash, things like that. Do the same process with it. You know, give them a good bath, set them in the sun, let them get hardened. And this isn't near as bad or have as much trouble as the pumpkin type squash, but it'll last an awful long time and give you food again through the winter. And if you wanted to buy that in the middle of the winter, you're looking at $3 a piece. $3 a piece, and you grew it for about 3 cents a piece. Does that tell you anything? But once you've harvested it and you've cut it open, my wife puts butter and cinnamon in there and bakes each side half, you know, and it's to die for. I mean, it's an incredible product to eat that way. But we also save the seed. If you throw that seed away, you just threw away $30. $30 worth of seed. Because that seed, once it's dried, and this is an open pollinated seed is what I grow for the most part, and if you have that seed dried, if you went to the store and paid retail price on it, the seed in one pumpkin is worth $30. And that means I have that asset for the next spring to either trade or barter with or give to friends and share things as they share back things to me. Absolutely. Seed is as valuable, maybe more so in the future, than money. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. This is how I make my squash and pumpkins go all the way through the winter, if at all possible. I hope you do too, and I hope next spring you try the blue-gray squash. It's a fun one to grow. Have a good day, guys.